Welcome back to the Spin Meter. Today we are taking a look at Beyblade X Xone. Now this is the official video game for the Beyblade X series that came out in November of 2024. Now you might be wondering why I am reviewing this now so late to the party, like 6 months later. It's because recently news have come up that this game is getting a sequel called Beyblade X Evo Battle. So I thought I might as well dive back into Xone. I played the game on stream already, and when I'm not editing videos or I've run out of stuff to do on Genshin Impact, I would just fire this game up. Now, I have not played much Beyblade video games. The last ones I played was Beyblade Metal Fusion Battle Fortress for the Wii and Beyblade V-Force Super Tournament Battle for the GameCube. Me and my brother would just play the crap out of those games, so I didn't have much expectations with this game, but to rip the band-aid off, the game is pretty good. Visually, it looks amazing. The graphics are very good, and the gameplay looks so cool to see. Animations look great, and the designs and modelings for the Beyblade look amazing. Now, apparently, it's because the devs themselves have actually bought Beyblades. I don't know why Takara Tomy didn't supply them with Beyblades, but they apparently went out and bought Beyblades themselves in order to 3D scan them into the game for a more faithful rendition of the model. So I can appreciate that effort. The main gameplay for Beyblade X Xone is obviously the Beyblades, and just like the real life game, you really don't have that much control over where your Beyblades go, so you can't move them with your arrow keys or analog stick like in Super Tournament Battle. Instead, you are given the two options where you press one key to make your Beyblade charge in on an attack, and another key if you press it at the right time, you can perform a counter move, and it's all determined by a power meter the longer your Beyblade spins. And as the match goes on, you also have a meter that fills up, and once it fills up, you play practically a rock, paper, scissors game, and each stat deals a certain amount of damage and even a special ability like giving boosts or nerfing your opponent's next stat. Either way, there is a level of thought that goes into it, like maybe you would select stamina hoping to win so that the next clash you can power up your attack stat to use. There is even abilities that just makes you a winner even though it was a draw. The Beyblades have two stats, which are spin and health, and if either of them go down to 0 when hit by an extreme dash or losing the rock paper scissors game, you would get an extreme finish. The goal most of the time is just get 5 points to win the game, and just like in real life, an extreme finish gives you 3 points, knockout or burst finish gives you 2, and spin finish gives you 1. Sometimes there are matchups where you use only one blade, a lot of the times you use 2, so it varies. And just like in real life, customization plays a heavy part in your Beyblade's performance. I personally just use the builds that I would use in real life, like Tyranno Beat on 960 Taper and Cobalt Drake on 360 Rush, and it actually worked pretty well. And you can improve their stats by leveling them up to a max of 10. The thing is though, some blades have different stat rarities and might have different abilities than others. So even though I have two Scythe Incendios, one might have more abilities for the rock paper scissors game and the other could have none. Honestly, I really don't like that because it just makes the grinding so tedious. I could max out my 2-star Cobalt Drake after looking so hard for one, and suddenly I find a 3-star Drake, and now I have to grind that to the max in order to actually stand a chance against the higher, tougher opponents. It sucks! Speaking of grinding, yeah, this game is going to be a grind. You have to fight in as many battles as you can to gain EX points to level up your parts. If you fight and win against fellow bladers, they will usually give you a random part as a prize, and if you get duplicates, you can always sell them off at the shop to gain actual currency points to buy parts that you will want. But leveling up your parts requires you to actually battle and then go to the shop to raise it. You can't just level up on the go, which they really should have allowed you to do, because once you go into the X, you can't leave unless you finish a battle. There is also an overworld. You can wander around the X lobby and even find parts laying around on the floor. You can talk to people, but every other location on the map is just set visual novel style, so there's really no exploration. You can't walk around places that you've seen in the anime like the park or Komaba Sushi. It's just not happening. The game also does have a story mode, so there is a campaign that you can play through, and it's not exactly a deep story either. It's just you trying to get to the top of the X and being the best blader in the world. It's not that thought-provoking, and it's not like such a deep, meaningful story. It's a simple slice-of-life adventure. You meet original characters created for the game, and you will even encounter characters from the anime as well. I mean, it's a Beyblade video game. You can't expect any kind of crazy story about saving the world from Aero Pegasus or something. And it's all told through this visual novel style, so So if you are a fan of games like Ace Attorney, then yeah, you will probably get a kick out of this and be immersed as the story goes on, but it's not a huge deal if you don't pay attention. And if you defeat the characters in the game, they would appear in the overworld that you can challenge again, but they will be at a higher level. If you beat them, then you can get a huge load of experience points and even some parts. Like, Meiko will always be at Komaba Sushi and you can challenge her whenever you want. And there is surprisingly voice acting as well, but they are in Japanese only and they really only speak like expressions and not the entire dialogue that you would read. However, I appreciate the effort to immerse you in this world. Part of my speculation as to why this is because they probably don't want to make 3D models for the characters from the anime, but it would probably be better if they actually showed up in the overworld. I can definitely see the argument that people could make about the gameplay being repetitive. However, because of the Beyblade's customization and how different outcomes can come from like the 1 in 3 odds chance of winning the rock paper scissors game, I would counter argue that it's definitely not repetitive because no two games are really going to look the same. It's not an auto battler. You don't just sit back on the toilet watching Beyblades knock each other around after letting it rip. You actually have to control what attack you use, when to attack, predict where the Beyblades are going to go. Like, there's actually thinking involved. If you blink, you might miss a crucial move that could win or lose you the game, and that much I can wholeheartedly respect in the game. Now, this game also has PvP action as well. Like, you can connect online and battle strangers or battle your friends in this game too, which I didn't get to do in the previous Beyblade games I played, so that's great. This game is on both Steam and Switch, but unfortunately it's not cross-play compatible. So if you have Steam, you can only play with the fellow Steam users. There is even a ranked match system that you can play as well if you want more of a challenge and get yourself on the leaderboards. Yeah, free advice for you guys, just don't do it. When it comes to these ranked games, just don't bother with them, especially if you don't have the most maxed out blades or if you didn't finish the main story. If you go into ranked, the people on there are going to have all maxed out rarest Beyblades and they will know every smallest detail of the game because they sunk every second of their free time into this, and you will get brutally murdered. One more thing is that this game does have DLC, which is just for $4 a pack. You can unlock more blades like Phoenix, Rudder, Silver Wolf, and more, which are blades that are released way after this game finished development. You don't have to buy the DLC, but if you are wanting one of your favorite blades that didn't make it into the game, then yeah, it's up to you if you want to buy it. They just recently added the X Over Project blades, so if that's something you want, it's there, but it's definitely not pay to win or anything like that. Honestly though, even though the grind is going to be a little bit annoying, I would much rather have that than some pay-to-win system. So plugging a score on Beyblade X Xone on the spin meter, I'm giving this an 84%. As long as you're just kicking back and not taking the game too seriously, it's actually a lot of fun and you'll definitely have a nice time. If you are someone that is not that into Beyblade, this game is actually a good casual game to play if you just want something to do. But this is definitely something Beyblade fans have been asking for. It's not super deep, it's just good old fun times with spinning tops. I don't really see this as being some big esport or anything, but it is a game that I think anyone can have a good time with because the quality of the animations and the overall gameplay of it is just great. The only complaints really is just the annoying grind regarding the Bay rarity that I hope they fix in Evo Battle, as well as the quality of life improvements, but even then, those are small in comparison to all the good quality content that you get from this game. And the game is actually like $50 retail, and honestly, it's really worth every penny. Like, sure, it's really only one gameplay style, but compared to those trash live service games we've been getting lately like Concord from AAA companies, I'll take this game any day. It's like Mario Kart or Bomberman. It's like a repetitive gameplay. It's just one, but you're not going to be bored playing it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Beybladers of all ages, give Beyblade Xone a try. Give it a download if you can. If you are someone who is not familiar with Beyblade, you might be inspired to try the real-life toys as a result. And if you are someone who is a Beyblade fan, then this game could be a really fun time for you to play to get a preview of what Evo Battle has in store when it releases. But let me know what you all think of this game in the comments down below, and if you will be excited about Evo Battle coming out. Support this channel by pressing the thumbs up and give us a subscribe for more awesome Beyblade content. I've been Haru Ren, and remember, keep being serious about having fun. Bye!